Hello, my amazing people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone or anytime you are coming across my platform. If it's your first time and you like what I'm doing here, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notifications, and that way you'll be able to know when we upload a new video. Here in Linda's TV show, we react to all forms of videos, local, international, especially what is happening in Nigeria. I want to appreciate YouTube. Yes, I will keep on appreciating them for creating this wonderful platform that we are using to disseminate information to the members of the public. At the same time, I put a disclaimer. Yes, I need to inform YouTube what I am doing here. I put a disclaimer that this platform, Linda's TV show, do not and will not promote hate speech, violence, misinformation. We are here to educate, inform the members of the public about what is happening. In fact, myself, I don't like hate speech, I don't like violence, I don't like misinformation, and I don't like instigating war. But I want to inform YouTube that a call for self-determination is not a call of war. Please.
On the screen, you can see that this happened in January 15, 2023. This was a Catholic priest that was burned where? It was burned in the far north. Some happened in the middle belt, while some happened still in the north. I'm bringing this as a point of contact to explain something to Biafrans. No amount of burning of houses, no amount of genocide, no amount of killing will deter the Biafran Defense Forces from doing what? Engaging the terrorists of one Nigeria in Biafra land. It is a message, and the Nigerian army, which are the leaders of the terrorist group in one Nigeria, they need to get this message very, very straight and very, very clear. If you like, you go and start burning from point A to point Z as a weapon of warfare. When you finish burning, you can target IPOB, you can target the village chief, you can target ESN, you can target whatever that you're targeting. The message to you people is that no amount of burning of these houses will deter the Biafran Defense Forces from engaging you on the offensive. The Biafran Defense Force will continue to engage you, the Nigerian terrorist army, on the offensive because all your checkpoints have been declared wanted. All your checkpoints have been declared wanted. And all of you wearing any uniform and carrying weapons in Biafra land and shouting the name of one Nigeria, you are all been declared persona non grata in one place. And wherever we have found you in Biafra land, you have to be taken care of. So going about burning houses of Biafrans, burning houses of people in the north and the middle belt will not in any way stop the Biafran Defense Forces from what we are going to do to you people. Because this is a government. The Biafran Liberation Army is the arm wing. The Biafran Navy is the arm wing. The Biafran Air Force is the arm wing. The Biafran Defense Forces, these are the defense wing of the Biafran people. So this is a government to government talking. So if you like, you continue to rant. When you finish the ranting, you will come back to come and see what we have on the table and what we have set out to do to you people. Because the time that you come to burn Biafran's houses and then go, just like that, that time don't come, don't pass. This time is action, action. We talk less. You see the Prime Minister talking less, coming to talk on the media less. You see his cabinet coming to talk on the media less. But what you see more is action. Yes, action is what will speak louder than words now. Because for the past 30 years, all those that have been shouting Biafra, 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 today they are telling us that the Prime Minister is overspeeding his shadow. Yes. But before they were saying, oh, When are you going to unleash the venom? When are you going to unleash the dragon fire? Until you started unleashing the dragon fire, they now started saying, oh, the dragon fire is beginning to consume too much. So please reduce the volume of the dragon fire. No, the volume of the dragon fire has to increase. Let it increase and increase and increase, and the tempo will continue to increase. So when you see them burning houses of people, call them and remind them and tell them, are you ready to wait for the avengers of the Biafran Defense Forces? Because lion they sleep, you go find in trouble. For in them, angels they j. So as you go find in trouble, so are you ready to face the consequences? Because the Biafran Defense Forces will come for the avenge. As they are coming, don't start crying. So the Prime Minister have shown them some weapons of warfare for the past days. And then we saw that the media was doing pim 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 pim. You know, when you start beetle and the beetle wants to do as if it wants to start moving, suddenly it now started losing some drops of fuel into the carburetor. So the next thing you hear is that vim. Don't lose equilibrium. So the question is, what happened to you people? Why are you people not making noise in the media again? What happened now? We did not unveil everything that we have in the defense forces. It's just something small so that it will go and spark some engine so that the clock will get to work small. Then suddenly people will now keep quiet. No. It is very, very appalling that the Ministry of Information of a country should have been saddled with the responsibility of organizing a social media awareness to engage people and to create propaganda and blackmail and slander. But what we saw is that it was a Nigerian Islamic terrorist army that were actually doing the work. So we asked the question, why?
Himself obeys the sit at home on Monday, and then the civil servants that work in government house obey the sit at home, and government shut down on Mondays. It means the real governor of Southeast is Simon Ekpa, ruling the Southeast from Finland.
Bring him to Nigeria because he displayed weapons to defend Biafran people. Fulani terrorists wield weapons, brandish them everywhere, and you see them on videos. And they will come out to tell you pop and plain that they are coming to Islamic jihadist conquest. During the 2023 fraudulent One Nigerian nonsense elections, they were telling you on international TV that what they are coming to do is not to build roads, is not to build schools, is not to create awareness, is not to give you education of a kind that you may need or desire, or not to give your children a brighter future, but rather to restore the dignity of Islamic jihad, because that is the only thing that will make them very happy. That with that in mind, that they can be able to restore every other thing. Because the sole aim and objective is to make one Nigeria the safe haven, harness the resources that are available there, and then use them to do what? To fight everyone. You see, the Biafran Republic government in exile under the auspices of the Prime Minister has created the highest awareness to the West some people may not understand that today the Palestinian terrorists, the Afghanistan terrorists, the Taliban terrorists, the Hamas terrorists, the Yemen terrorists, the Iranian terrorists, and all others that have ganged up from left, right, center, coming to attack Israel, a Jewish and Christian country or nation, that this happens and then you see America, you see UK, you see Europe standing their ground to say we stand with Israel or we support Israel to eliminate the terrorists. It doesn't come as a proxy. It comes as a result of the expose, the awareness that the Prime Minister has created with his team since MNK was kidnapped. The main reason that you heard Mazen Nnamdi Kanu say, give Simon Ekpa the slot or the space or the permission to take Radio Biafra and broadcast was to do what? To create the awareness. Because God knew why he placed him there. God knew why Chukwokike brought him and MNK together. He said, go and make use of that platform. He said, connect Masanga. He said, connect the other one, Lumumba. Connect all of them. Let them carry the message the way you are sending it, and let the message focus predominantly on my freedom and my release, and let the entire world know the calamity that one Nigeria have caused in connivance with you. Okay. So that everybody will know what is coming. You get the point now? Because that Radio Biafra, MNK had made sure it was on satellite to be speaking out all over the world, that any way that you listen to, you'll be hearing it. Some of you think that you have not created awareness in the Biafran circle. You have created so much awareness. And you didn't know the importance of the awareness and what you were doing, because the people that were in the aims of affairs were all idiots and criminals, working solely for their personal benefit, not in the same mind and sincerity of heart as the Supreme Leader was working with them. That's why while Supreme Leader was planning ahead, they were retrogressing everything that he was doing, because they were not flowing in line with him. They were just there. When they say push here, push here, push here, when MNK is making move to go like this, they now do push here, push here, push here. They push him off the rail because they have a different focus and a different mandate. They have to consider their stomach infrastructure first before they even think of going in line or reasoning in tune with what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is saying. So after the kidnap of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the Prime Minister with his team were creating the highest awareness so far. This awareness made the entire African nations, made the Europeans, made the Americans and the UK to know that the UK is complicit in the kidnap of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. When the issue of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu got to European Union, you should understand what it means. That the European Union working group had to sit down, consider the issue, gave a verdict on the issue, and put Nigeria on the spotlight as a terrorist country that have committed a crime against humanity, and told them, with the fact that you have violated international law, ethics, by kidnapping somebody, torturing the person, and extraordinary rendition the person back to Nigeria, you don't have the right to keep that person. You have to release that person. Some of you does not know, or some of you may not know, the implications of the United Nations Working Group verdict. It played a vital role. And then the PM used that to make the entire world to understand what is happening. UN is the governing body of this world, that they are doing corruption and evil everywhere. So they know the predicament of the Biafran people. Because before now, MNK has submitted so much petitions of what was happening in Biafra. even as they were evil men that surrounded him, that as he submitted some document, they'll be going to pull them out, putting it that it was on his order, the message were already delivered. So when PM now took over this movement, PM was able to make everybody to know that that jihad that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was preaching about is actually coming to pass. And it is coming to fulfillment in no distance time. So if you like, you sit down with your hands there. If you like, you become ignorant. If you like, you claim that you don't know anything. If you like, you pretend that you don't know anything. But the whole thing was happening and was getting ready. And it is happening every day. So when you slept and woke up, you heard that, Hamas terrorists have invaded Israel. They have slaughtered on countless numbers of babies, women, and children, and men. Then you come back to ask yourself, why is the UK, why is America, why is Europe now saying, oh, they are supporting Israel, instead of them to go and support the terrorists? It is because of the awareness that the Biafran people had already created. It is because of the awareness of the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that had been on the United Nations Working Group verdict against one Nigeria. And everything that he was talking, everything that PM has now put in line, they are connecting the dots. So it was like putting people on the edge. Let them stand at attention and then stand and wait and understand what is coming. So if you did not believe it, you were deceiving yourself. So when you see America, see UK, see Europe standing up now to face what they had protected and defended, claiming that they are politically correct, facing them to the very eye today, and then you see what is happening in America today. For the past 48 hours, America has been swarmed in protest of students. And from what they say they are protesting in solidarity with what? The Palestinians. And they are now saying Hamas Holocaust. But you did not hear them say Israeli Holocaust. No. You are hearing them say Hamas Holocaust, but they did not say Israelis Holocaust. When they break, you will see the numbers of students that are filing up to go and study in America, to go and study in UK, to go and study in Europe. All of them are going to study. They have to sell their father's land, sell many things that they have. They go to go and study there, right? So all the money, they are pumping all the money to Europe, America, and UK for studies, while their own domain of study in Africa has been bastardized. It has become very useless. So as they are studying there every day, what do you think that they will become? Oh, they will study there and they will still remain stupid? No, they will study there. The Islamic jihadist ethic that has been in their brain will remain there. The day they see the fire that is sparking, that is against them, they will rise up and then start protesting. So the evil that you do is going to live after you. This message now is to UK, America, and Europe. The evil that you do will live after you. You contracted terrorists. You use them for 9/11. You use them for every massacre and every takeover and slaughter in Africa. You use them to kill Lumumba, Patrice Lumumba. You use them to kill Gaddafi. You use them to kill any African leader that is rising up to bring light to Africa. You keep the terrorists, you use them to kill every human being in Africa that want to rise up. At the end of the day, what do you think that those same terrorists will do? Oh, that is why when the terrorists are killing babies, women, and children in one Nigeria, the United Nations Secretary will come down to Nigeria, walk past the skeletal bodies of babies, children, women, and men that have been butchered and slaughtered in broad daylight in the far bush of the north. And then at the end of the day, will come out and then say he is recommending the same terrorists that desolated such communities to be reintegrated into the Nigerian Army, Nigerian Navy, Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian Police, and Civil Defense and Air Force. And all of you will be clapping. Oh, United Nations, one Nigeria. Yes, continue clapping. As you finish clapping, you see that you are looking like a baboon and monkey, because that is what your reasoning faculty has become. The person that created the problem for you is actually the one coming to tell you that you should continue to embrace the monster that they created for you. And the monster is consuming you every day. So, to one Nigerian terrorist, which their leaders are the Nigerian army and all the forces that they have, burning houses of Biafrans or burning houses of any indigenous person or attacking them on anybody or doing it even inside the church or in the mosque is not going to stop the way and manner that the Biafra Defense Forces offensive is going to intensify on you, because all your checkpoints have been declared wanted in Biafra land. So we are still reminding Biafrans that wherever there is checkpoint, wherever there is barrack, wherever there is police station, wherever there is a civil defense unit, wherever there is their secretariat, both the state and the federal, anything that is representing Nigeria and carrying the image, and all the houses of those criminals and those enablers that are signing documents to bring the terrorists to come and invade your communities and to kill your women and children and men, you have to observe 1,000 kilometers away from those places, because you don't know the day that the Biafra Defense Forces are going to take them down. So don't be a scapegoat. Don't allow Nigeria to use you to celebrate Easter and the Passover of the season. Stay away from those places. We've seen videos of women protesting. Some are going naked, some are using leaves and trees and all whatnot to be hitting on the ground and doing prayer and crying. That is the tactics and the idiosyncrasy that one Nigeria has embedded in your brains. They make you to understand that this is the kind of media awareness that you should be doing. You see, Nigerian army has engaged the Nollywood industry, predominantly the Biafran extract, because they were using the Yorubas before to write propaganda and blackmail and slander against the Biafran people. And it has not yielded fruit. So now they say, let us go and use the indigenous people of Biafra, those ones that are sold out, that would like to take money. And then you saw in the likes of Osita Iyeme, he was invited to the place and he was saying, support the Nigerian army, support a soldier. So invariably, support a soldier of Nigeria that is coming to slaughter your women, your babies, your children in broad daylight. You all saw a video of a crying mother carrying a lifeless baby in her arm in Biafra land, where the Nigerian army shot that baby with AK-47 and the intestine was floating out. So Iyeme invariably partaking in that awareness campaign, telling you support the soldier of one Nigeria, is support the soldier that will come to kill your baby in broad daylight and then celebrate them. So then later on they tell you, you have to create the kind of awareness that you will be praising the Nigerian army for coming to kill your people. But our message is very, very straight. Anybody that becomes a sympathizer of the terrorists and the enemies that are coming to kill our women and children will follow suit. The same way the terrorists will be treated, in due time you will follow them, because one Nigeria does not spare anybody that is working for them. Where are the likes of Emefiele today? What happens to Ojus Okalu when he was crying in the Senate chambers? He said, oh, I have created companies, I have employed thousands of people, I have worked for this country. Where is Metu? Olisa Metu. He said, I have served this country for many years, have created so much jobs. Why do they have to call me a thief? Why do they have to treat me different? But a northerner will rob the country of so much amount of money, but they will not do anything to him. What is the crime of me that my own case is treated different? No, continue to cry. Where is Willie Willie today? Willie Willie ruled, and then he carried paper and pen. They stood, all of them, all the Southeast governors. They said, from today, they are declaring the activities of IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, as a terrorist organization. Anywhere you see them, they must be killed because they are terrorists. Now, did you listen to them? They proscribed IPOB. IPOB means Indigenous Persons of Biafra. And they themselves are Indigenous Persons of Biafra. So they stood and proscribed themselves and gave to Fulani terrorists to kill. So what did you expect? When Fulani terrorists now, at the end of the day, start picking them one after another, after they serve their terms in offices, like Emefele, they pick him, Willy, they pick him, and the rest of them. Why are they lamenting? You proscribe yourself. You think that you were pronouncing the proscription of IPOB to kill Martin Nnamdi Kanu, or to kill Simon Ekpa, or to kill me, or to kill the Biafra Defense Forces, or to kill the ESN that MNK formed then in 2020 that was to protect the indigenous people who were being slaughtered inside the bushes on a daily basis, which you people, the enablers, governors, and ministers and senators, signed MOU and brought them into the land. You gave them lands at impulse without the consultations of the indigenous people of the land. There in turn, the Fulani terrorists will be rearing their animals and then they will destroy the crops. When the owners of the land now confront them, they decide to slit their throat off in their own lands, something that you cannot do in Fulani man's land. And then you were singing the praises of them. So any Biafran man that stands up, Nyawo will say, before you kill any Fulani man, you must kill me first. I will prefer to become a sabo for standing to defend a Fulani man. So when you kill one Fulani man, you pay. If you kill one cow of a Fulani, you pay. Today, where are they? Where is the former president of Omanese today? He's kissing below 6 feet of it. Where is the other one that called himself Okwadike? He stood up and said, the Igbo youth, the Biafran youth, the Yoruba youth are the reasons why Nigeria is not progressing. That they need the talent of the Fulani man to multiply in Nigeria. What talent? Talent of kidnapping, slaughtering, Islamic jihad, take over the conquest, so that your babies, your women and children will be crying and yelling and wailing on a daily basis, speaking just for them to exist. You are begging to live in your own land. No. That is why one Nigerian jihadist terrorist army must understand that you burning houses will not stop the Biafran Defense Forces from engaging you and fishing you out in your hideout. 2nd of December, declaration of the restoration of that Biafra which Ojukwu declared. We are restoring it. It is a restoration of that declaration that we are doing in 2nd December. That date is sacrosanct. After that very date, you will understand the reason why a nation of Biafra must stand. United States of Biafra. If you're not being inclusive in the activities of this United States of Biafra, under the auspices of the Biafra Republic government in exile, then you are missing, because the Prime Minister is doing America wonders. And it is no more America wonders, it is Biafra wonders. Because when you give glory to America all the time, they carry their shoulders for up. So you need to let them understand that we are the ones making them to have the name that they are having. When you check the American workforce, you see that 30% is made up of the Biafran people. They have depleted our own indigenous lands so that we will become useless in our own lands, and in turn, we will all flood into America to call it America, the land of the living. So my own land will now become the land of the dead, right? America will become the land of the living, because you have driven every resources to go out there to harness it there. So my own land will become useless. No, this time it is Biafra wonder. That Biafra wonder that you heard of, that Ogbunigwe of Biafra, is what is happening now. So What Nigeria should understand, and their terrorists should understand, that there is no amount of their media propaganda and blackmail that will deter the focus of the Biafran people. Now, one other thing you need to understand is that when you saw the Nigerian army running into media awareness, engaging Nollywood and content creators, this is where you should know that the game is up. They don't have ideas anymore to input into the system. So they have now resorted into using the content creators. You know that the content creators have been using the Biafran cause to make videos. And when they make videos with it, they make so much money. Yes. When you see some of them on TikTok or Facebook or YouTube, if they don't talk about Biafra, their views will not garner. If they don't talk about Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, their views will not garner. But when they talk about this emerging nation that has become powerful and decimating one Nigeria, you see that they will have so much views. And Mark Zuckerberg will pay them well, Elon Musk will pay them well, TikTok will pay them well, YouTube will pay them well. And Nigerian army have seen that they are indirectly helping us to propagate and to create more awareness on Biafra. And whenever one Nigeria terrorist army go and kill people and then tack it on the Biafrans, go and invade communities and burn, we come and debunk them, PM expose them. The Nigerian comedians and the content creators will also use the video to be doing what? Doing their own content creation. And that video will fly and the awareness is also going. Every propaganda that one Nigeria are doing, when we debunk them, the content creators will also use it to make their money and in turn helping us to create the awareness. That is why in this freedom fighting, you don't need to be so worried about what some people are doing because they are helping you to get to the top. You do optimistic media for the Biafran people, you do the pessimistic one, it is all working for Biafra. If you think that you are doing propaganda or blackmail or slander against us, you are helping the awareness of Biafra to skyrocket. Anyone that did not know about Biafra will hear it from a baby that did comedy. It was one baby, there were two babies that did comedy. I don't know if they are babies or if they are grown up, but their own structure is that, or their own status is that they are short. They did comedy. They created a content, and then that content portrayed the awareness of the genocidal war of one Nigeria against the Biafran people. Some of you that did not know about that story before, after you watch that content, you want to go and ask more questions about it. This is what I am saying. Because anything that is happening, it is creating awareness. This is the importance of the media of today. And every Biafran must utilize the power they have in the media very well now. Because it is working to our own favor. Yes. Use it very well. 247, you have to make use of it. It is working to your own favor and to the liberation of these Biafran people. Utilize it very well. So, Nigerian army had heated the street of Biafra and they were singing and dancing with speaker, Bluetooth speaker, calling on all Biafrans that they should denounce their Biafranship. They should not be Biafrans again. They should not answer IPOB again. They should not answer that they are indigenous people of Biafra again, IPOB. That they should not answer one Nigeria. They should now answer Fulani in Biafra land. They did it in the street. They did it in the market square. They did it in the town hall. They did it in the church. They did it in the school. It did not yield fruit. Now, the next thing was, let them go and engage the content creators. Let them go and engage the Nollywood actors. Very soon, they will give a mandate to the Nollywood actors or the Nigerian, what do they call it, these city girls of Nigeria, It is their acting nonsense group. They will mandate them to go and act movie that will demonize Biafra. Yes, that is the next target that they will give Nollywood. Because Nollywood, for once, have never portrayed anything good about the image of the Biafran people. What Nollywood have been doing is to create content and show how ignorant and dubious and evil the culture of the Biafran people are. Nollywood will make video and show you that we use our children to do rituals for money. They will make content and show you that our traditional religion is evil, that it is only the Christian religion that is good. That is why when you see pastors that have come up, they want to go and destroy shrine so that they will make name. Then they tell you that church is good, but shrine is evil. But I grew up to see my father pour drink on the ground early in the morning and then pray. After he pray, he carry his knife, enter bush, go and get what he want to get and then come back. Church is something of the later days. We did not grow to see church. We came to see that it was invented. But have we rejected it? No. We continue to embrace it because we see that it is in the likeness of what we love to see. But they are using some people to create an avenue of money, thereby bastardizing another. That is why in the United States of Biafra, we have 3 adopted religions: the Christian, the Jewish, and the traditional. Worship your own way and don't use it to make money from another person or bastardize the existence of others. But Nollywood has been used to portray the bad image and to destroy the culture of the Biafran people from time. That is why when some things are happening to them, you don't need to lament too much. Because our traditional religion, when you go and denigrate them, tomorrow they will come back to disgrace you in one way or another. When the Queen of England visited one Nigeria in 18-something, the king of Ikala was told to remove his hat, a traditional king of Biafra, to worship and to bow down to a stranger woman, which is against our ethics and traditions. And then he said, no. They said, you must do it. When he decided to remove that hat, bees engulfed the whole room, and they started running helter-skelter. Everybody ran, go hit their head, break their head, scatter. So what happened that the power that the Queen of England carried did not supersede the traditional powers of our ancestors that was in the heart, which traditionally forbids to remove and then bow down or prostrate to a stranger woman. A woman, for that matter, not a man. But Nollywood has come to do what? To show that everything about the traditional religion and the way of life and worships of the Biafran people are demonic. So what one Nigeria and Nigerian army will use them now to do is for them to go and make videos and content that will demonize Biafra. And that is the end of Nollywood. Let them attempt it. Osita Nyeme have already destroyed his image by portraying himself in that media conference and talking in favor of the terrorist army that are killing people as we speak in Okwama, in Delta and Bayelsa State, killing in Iyamufu, killing in Uli, killing in Iyala, and killing in other parts of Biafra land. But you are hell-bent on portraying the image and the standard of one Nigeria. The emblem of the one Nigerian army that you are standing upon to defend is telling you that you must restore the dignity of Islam, that you must restore the conquest of Usman Dan Fodio that started in 1804. And that is what you are portraying, to come and stand against your people and wipe everybody out. So they have failed on the media awareness, and they will continue to be dancing in the streets while everything will continue to fail. And Musa will be coming back to cry. So no amount of propaganda and blackmail will stop the Biafran Defense Forces from doing their duty. So we continue to call on Biafrans to steadfast. And the Biafran government in exile, through the Prime Minister, has announced a sit-at-home that is coming up, and I'll bring the flyer to the screen. But before then, let us look at what is here. When you look at what is here, you will see a report that in the past 3 months, over 2,583 Nigerians have been killed, and 1,264 have been abducted in 3 months. And all of you are shouting "One Nigeria," shouting "One Nigeria." If this were to be your children, if this were to be your babies, what would be your fate? That your children went to school? Some of you drive them in your cars to the school. They come down from the car and then you give your children pecks on the cheeks. You kiss them. You say, "Oh, baby, I love you, Chukwu Emeka. Ifeanyi Chukwu, Nnam, God bless you. See you later in the day." Then you drove back to work. Then when you now went back to go and pick your children, it was like you are on the way driving back to the school to pick them. Suddenly you got a phone call that said, "Oh, your children in the school have been invaded by the Fulani terrorists. They have killed some of them and they have abducted many of them into the bushes." How will you feel? Those are the numbers that you have seen there: 2,583 slaughtered, then 2,164 kidnapped. When they kidnap, they need money back as ransom. And what does the money do in turn? The money goes back to proliferate more weapons. More weapons comes back into the hands of the Fulani terrorists. They procure more weapons and they use it to come and increase their war chest, mobilize the numbers to increase and to slaughter the more. And you are shouting "One Nigeria." This is what we are fighting to stop. Now, this is another thing you need to also look at. Because when One Nigeria are shouting and telling you to do media awareness for them, they are not telling you what you should be doing media awareness against. They are telling you what you should do that will favor them. Now, when you look at this other one on the screen, you see that over 350,000 Nigerians have been massacred. Who gave you the report now? This was United Nations that gave you the report in June 2021. Now, what has United Nations done about this? Nothing, nothing. It is only to go and then come back and tell Nigerian government, you have to reintegrate those same terrorists back into the community, back into the army, the air force, and the navy, and the police, and the civil defense. Put them all over the place. Let them go and continue from where they massacred, where they slaughtered, and stop. Then did you see what is in quote there? What you see that is in quote in this picture is that from these 350,000 that were massacred, they said that 90% of these people that were massacred were babies and children. Babies and children. Look at it there. 90% were babies and children. So like I said before, you carry your child, go school, you give them kiss, you say make you go back to work, then you have to come back and pick the child after school. The next thing you hear is that terrorists have entered their schools, killed many of them in a shooting spree, and then abducted the rest of them. So do you now understand how 90% of 350,000 Nigerians that have been massacred, reported by United Nations? Do you now know how it comes about? The 90% of your babies and children are predominantly what have been slaughtered. And these are not Fulani, so these are Christian babies and children. So you're shouting "One Nigeria." Nigerian army is telling you to do social media awareness. They are telling you to do social media propaganda and blackmail against the Biafran people, right? They are telling you to do social media awareness against Simon Ekpa, against Biafra, against Nnamdi Kanu, against IPOB. You have not seen the 90% of children and babies that were slaughtered in broad daylight. 90% of 350,000. Do the calculation so that you tell me 90% of 350,000. How many is that? When I will go to school, because me I not go to school. 90% of 350,000. You know what that means? This is what that means. This means 315,000. 315,000 from the reported 350,000. 315,000, which is 90%, are predominantly babies and children of the Christian extract that have been slaughtered.
Hello, my wonderful people. As we have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain blessed.